Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel where we're about that breaking cycles life. You would not believe I literally just did this video, and I'm going to do it again because in the background my music was playing on low and it disrupted my whole audio when I finished the video. But nevertheless, it's okay. I remember everything that I need to say. We have moments like this, it's fine. Okay, so we are going to Genesis 49. We are almost at the end of Genesis, guys. It's 49 weeks. That means next week will be 50 weeks since we've been doing this Bible study. Okay, so it's entitled Jacob's Last Words to His Sons. It says, and Jacob called his sons and said, gather together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days. Gather together and hear, you sons of Jacob, and listen to Israel your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Unstable as water you shall not excel, because you went up to your father's bed, then you defiled it. He went up to my couch. Simeon and Levi are brothers, instruments of cruelty are in their dwelling place. Let not my soul enter their council, let not my honor be united to their assembly. For in their anger they shall slew a man, and in their self-will they hamstruck an ox. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it is cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Judah, you are he whom your brothers shall praise. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies, your father's children shall bow down before you. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He bows down, he lies down as a lion, and as a lion, who shall rouse him? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him shall be the obedience of the people, binding his donkey to the vine, and his donkey's coat to the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth whiter than milk. Zebulun shall dwell by the haven of the sea. He shall become a haven for ships, and his border shall adjoin Sidon. Issachar is a strong donkey, lying down between two burdens. He saw that the rest was good, and that the land was pleasant. He bowed his shoulder to bear a burden and became a band of slaves. Dan shall judge his people, and as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, a viper by the path, that bites the horse's heel, so that its rider shall fall backward. I have waited for your salvation, O Lord. God, a troop shall tramp upon him, but he shall triumph at last. Bread from Asher shall be rich, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a deer let loose. He uses beautiful words. Joseph is a fruitful bow by a well. His branches run over the wall. The archers have bitterly grieved him, shot at him, and hated him. But his bow remained in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel, by the God of your father, who will help you, and by the Almighty who will bless you with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies beneath, blessings of the breast and of the womb. The blessings of your father have excelled the blessings of my ancestors, up to the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph. And on the crown of the head of him who was separate from his brothers. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father spoke to them. And he blessed them. He blessed each one according to his own blessing. Jacob's death and burial. Then he charged them and said to them, I am to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite as a possession for a burial place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. The field and the cave that is there were purchased from the sons of Heth. And when Jacob had finished commanding his sons, he drew his feet up into the bed and breathed his last breath and was gathered to his people. Okay, good. uh, wow. I hope you guys recognized that Judah, that was my main concern in the previous video. Judah was so silent, but still the one that is blessed with the scepter, the one to bring Christ and to bring Christ's legacy into being, and the one to keep the law. Guys, if you have sibling rivalry or anything of the sort, or just looking at someone else, because we're brothers and sisters in Christ, right? This is to show that if you just do what you need to do, your blessings will come to you. There's no one else that can steal the blessings that God has in store for you, because only you can forfeit the blessings that God has in store for you, right? Because Judah, as you can clearly see, was obedient, and that's why the law will not be removed from Judah. And this is why his brothers and everyone will praise Judah. Why? Because he kept the law and because he was an obedient son. And I just want you to realize that even though Joseph was the favorite one and Leah was not the favored wife, God redeemed Leah through her sons, right? And that is what God is going to do for those that are not necessarily favored in life. But it just goes to show that you just do what you need to do in life. Just focus on your path, guys, because if you do just that, your blessings will come and no one else can steal it. And the only way it will be removed from you is because of your own actions, your own disobedience. And that is why Reuben forfeited it, because it was supposed to go to him. That's why Levi and Simeon forfeited it, because it was supposed to go to them. But Judah kept the faith. Judah was not a main player from the start. When we started Jacob and his children's story, Judah was not a main player, right? But he he was obedient. And in the end, just before death, in the moment of blessings to be departed to his son, to Jacob's sons, that's when you see Judah rose and he became head of every single person. And people would have expected it to be Joseph, right? But no. Joseph was blessed, as we can see. Joseph was blessed because yeah. Joseph was blessed because of the trials he went through, right? He was separated, and God is like, for all the pain and suffering that I've put you through, I'm gonna bless you. But it wasn't for Joseph to receive the scepter or the lawgiver. Why? Because he's not the firstborn, right? He's not the older. And God is supposed to give from the firstborn, right? But usually the firstborn, because of the feeling, same with Cain and Abel, the lineage of Jesus was supposed to come from Cain. But why? Because he let his feelings and his anger get in the way of his blessings. He allowed his feelings and his anger to get in the way of his blessings, and he forfeited the legacy that was more than likely for him. I'm pretty sure it was for him. But because of anger, remember that whole theory that I said maybe Lucifer was the older? Because of jealousy, because of anger, because of not realizing the worth or the path that God had in store for him, he wanted to get the more power. He just wasn't content with himself. Ah, boy. And he forfeited it. He forfeited it because of his feelings and because he felt he needed to be more and he did not want to wait for what God had in store for him, or he wasn't content with what God had for him. Same thing happened with Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Cain, Esau. Wow, appetite took away his blessings. And this is why the younger had to rule, because the older did not realize their value. Wow. The older didn't realize their value. They didn't realize what God had in store for them. So when it seemed as if God ignored them, it was a test to see if they were humble enough to do the will of God regardless of what they were given. And Judah was the one that proved this. He's older than Joseph, and he kept the faith. He was obedient. Regardless of his past, of course, he was in the same position as Reuben and Simeon and Levi, where their father preferred another woman to their own mother. Yet he was obedient. Yet he was the one that kept the faith. And in the end, who shall be praised? Where did the Lion of the tribe of Judah come from? The tribe of Judah, yeah, you know what I mean. Where did Jesus come from? Where was the legacy? Judah. Why? Because Judah kept the faith. Wow. And what did Joseph get? The younger was supposed to endure trials, because we're too favored. So we endure trials, and then God blesses us in return because we've learned to endure trials. The older is inevitably the one to endure a lot of trials. But God has a blessing for them if they just remain humble during those trials. Wow. That is that's that is something. Guys, there's no need to be jealous or not to be content with what God has in store for you. Do not look at others, but pay attention to what God has been doing in your life and realize that he can do far greater. Judah was not a main player since Jacob came into the picture and his sons. Judah was not a main player, yet Judah came out on top. He was the one that was overlooked. He was the one that was overlooked, guys. If you're feeling overlooked right now, if you're feeling that, your parents are not necessarily favoring you or whatever of the sort, maybe you don't feel as competent as your friends or your other family members, don't pay attention to that, because your blessing is so specific to you and it is greater than anyone could ever imagine. Imagine Judah. Like, I just like Judah right now. Wow. And if you just realize that God is amazing and he's really the Redeemer, you will not be so occupied with paying attention to people's life. You would be so concerned with what God is doing in your life and what you just want and what he wants for you. Judah. Let this be a note. Be a Judah. Stay on your path and God will bless you. And you will be the winner in the end. It's not a competition, but my point is, no one expected the tribe, Jesus to come from the tribe of Judah, because from the beginning of Jacob all the way here, It was Joseph that was the main player. But Joseph endured that to just bless his family. To bless his family. And yes, Joseph, because of all the turmoil he has been through, he was blessed. He was blessed, probably like a Job as well. God tests people, tests his children, but he will bless them above and beyond they could ever imagine or think. Yeah, but Judah, Judah, I like Judah. Be a Judah. Walk your own path that God has set out for you, and you'll see how he will create a legacy through you. Don't pay attention to what other people are doing, your siblings are doing, or anything of the sort. Pay attention to what God has in store for you, and you'll be fine. You will be fine. I can assure you, because it is proof here with Judah. Okay? Just don't feed into the lies of the enemy that you're not enough. Don't feed into the fact that, oh, someone is better than you. Do not compare yourself. You are enough. You are more than enough. And if you weren't, you would not be alive, because God doesn't create less than enough. Okay? God does not create less than enough. He always creates more than enough. And if he created you, you are more than enough. Okay? And he will bless you at the time that he sees fit. Just hold on, keep the faith, and be obedient and submissive to his will. And you shall be blessed. Let's remember Judah from now on. I'd say just for the rest of the week, but no. Whenever you feel tempted to compare yourself, remember Judah. Remember Judah. Okay? So that is our Bible study for this week. I'll see you on Sunday for Sunday Song Spotlight, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's encouragement, and I hope you guys are ready for the day ahead. Now do me a favor and press that like button and subscribe button if you are new, so that we can get more of this positive Christian content out into the world, okay? And I'll link my daily devotional playlist right here and my Let's Talk playlist if you want to tackle some social issues, okay? So have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.